Beautiful afternoon for footy at the SCG, and up goes a leer right over the top of Cruiser. Murphy set upon, and it breaks clear for Setterfield. Back to Cripps, and that's picked off, or not stuck by Lloyd. So Cruiser able to help surge it forward for the Blues. Silvani caught. Hewitt in and around Silvani at the moment. Parker on fire at the moment, getting plenty of the footy himself. Curnow able to go back to Plowman, and we'll get our first stopper, Hero, with that dramatic late winning goal against Fremantle. Now into the shade they go, and the big rise, and it's stuck by Levi Casbolt. What a mark for the Blues.
He worked that really well. He was out to the side of the contest to start with Malachit. He went round the back.
To Melbourne, it was a narrow loss. He's kicked 8 this season, and he makes the goal umpire work a little bit. He slotted it for the opening goal of the afternoon. Big Levi.
Around about this same area as well. Look at this kick. It's just a lowish, light kick that sits out front, not a deep kick that can get spoilt through.
And it wasn't trying to hit the roof pretty much, you know what I mean? So he had a little bit of speed on that kick. So I think that's the change. It was really positive from Murphy.
A lot of shots last week when thrust forward. This time trying to set it up in the goal square, and that time the Swans over.
Last week, they're much better around the footy, tackling harder. Great tackle from Setterfield already, Newman just before. So they're certainly a lot more alert today than what they were early last week.
A few chest marks being Curnow, the beneficiary, and almost dropping in a hole for Kennedy. Leaves it behind for Silvani, normally a very good finisher. Can't bring that one back enough.
He's been lively, Silvani's up the
lowers the eyes, bounces it to Papley, their leading goal kicker this year. Looking to set it up instead. It's a great kick. He spotted Reid in space.
Dominates, can't put on the scoreboard, and the other team goes down.
Conversion good this year from Sam Reid, but not on this occasion. Make it 21 goals, 9 in 2019. Now the Swans going through again. Jack back in the lineup this week for the first time in a long time, and McCartan was going to get the free kick anyway. Swans won by nearly 100. Now McCartan, who's kicked 6 goals this year so far. He's played a bit of footy down back. Yeah, it's a bit of a test kicking at that end at the moment.
The competition rampy, isn't he? Even early in this game.
Now Blakey, here's what he can do. Run and carry. Oh, eventually he got it back under his spell. Takes on a second bounce. Nick Blakey, have a shot, young man. And he misses. Would have been one of the goals of the year, and a highly important. He would have been in shooting range. He tries to set up Dow instead, or Mackay. And what about the 2 rising stars with the run and carry? And Cripps running out of room. That tackle was high. So he's taking all of his allotted time. Been doing plenty of running around inside forward 50 in the last few minutes. Cripps, banana into the post.
Been a dominant period with little reward.
O'Brien on the outside. It's a beautiful kick to Mackay after an exceptional tap as well to find O'Brien. Now Mackay to the pocket. Sailing on the breeze, he could almost have had a shot with the Swans, but there's space here. Jones sat up. Allowed Walsh. Well, he couldn't complete the tackle. That didn't travel far enough, but Parker still good enough to finish off, and the Swans have their first major.
He sort of had him and then just let him go. And then really good awareness from Parker.
Yeah, he was. He was in behind the defence for about 30 seconds there in Zach Jones, just waiting for the entry to come his way. It wasn't a great one, but in the end, he was able to get away from Darcy Lang.
Yeah, the former Cat responsible for not fancied himself. Coming across the face now, then he ran into a hip and shoulder, and the Blues players don't like what they saw there. Dow's back to his feet. Okay, a little groggy. 55, if he wants to have a shot, sets it up top of the square instead. Reid brought it to ground level, ahead of Cruiser, now Silvani. Bit of room here, and Walsh able to convert. The rising star favourite.
Now after this goal was kicked, but high ball in, Cruiser competes, and then the fumble there from Cunningham just allowed Carlton to stay alive, and they capitalised this time with the class of Sam Walsh.
Isn't it amazing in the modern game today how you can have 3 opposition players inside 50 by themselves? There's the hit there. Yeah, look, it's anything around the head now, isn't it? You know, you've got to make that tackle.
Exactly.
And out of there by Walsh again. He doesn't get this far forward too often. Carlton All reared it. The Irishman gives it off to Dawson, who's a big long kick on that left side, and it was a really good option from O'Riordan. He knew what Dawson was capable of.
Well, Bruzy with a bit of a nod and a wink, as you can see here, setting it up nicely. Carlton not able to react quick enough, and then uses the breeze nicely to sail it.
Tucked into the side, but still got him with a good contact, did Dawson. Another entry from the Swans, off hands, should be Petreski-Seatons, has to get rid of it in a hurry, turns it over, coming the other way, great handball to Ronk. Didn't get the connection he was after, and Plowman can rush it through.
He's getting
to Hewitt. Gives it plenty of air, looking for Blakey to get there. He read it better than anyone else, and he's got it. Nick Blakey, in last year's draft, he's having a very good rookie season. Had a shot after 3 or 4 bounces earlier on, this time with the set shot, normally deadly. Had his fair share so far, 6 disposals now for Setterfield, and great pluck overhead by Mackay, their leading goal kicker in tested marks per game this year. Harry Mackay had a chance to give Carlton the lead at quarter time. Fisher trying to surge through and take it with him. Now a little kick out of there, and the Blues first on the board in the second term as well.
And here's a stoppage, Jono, and it was that Fisher was the original one to actually charge through the contest and followed up with good play.
It was. He had Lloyd, his direct opponent, went up onto the back of Heaney to push Heaney underneath, and then continued his movement through the contest.
Patley got his hands to it. Sat for Rowbottom. Blakey wriggles his way clear. Decent kick as well, and he finds a teammate, Hayward, right in front. All drop, and he still got the connection he wanted. So Hayward, disappointing year by his standards. 12 goals, 15, and another poster misses from directly in front. By Rampy. Umpire gave it the all clear, that handball. 2 on 2, inside forward 50. Trying to take it with him was Lang. Plenty of Carlton players surging onto it. On the outside is Gibbons. Right across the face, and they'll get a stoppage up. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dawson picked that up cleanly. Missed his mark, though. Gives Walsh another opportunity. Gets the handball clear. Petreski-Seaton, and now Lang across his body. And in the goal square, Mackay. Here comes Gibbons. He couldn't miss. They're opening up a little lead here, the Blue.
Or that he would put himself in a position to actually get back to compete in the goal square. You see Rampy go back, and there's Mackay. He gets himself back into that contest. It's opened things up, and they've got the representation at ground level.
He nearly marked it. He was spoiling him by Rampy, and good follow-up by Gibbons.
Well, his star new role for Kennedy in recent weeks as well, and that's a stylish kick to Mackay so far today for Mackay, the lefty. Tough angle for him. They all rise in the goal square, and nearly Cruiser. They do get it in the end. Clever handball by Cruiser to set up Lang from...
Goes back the other end of the ground. Good, as you said, good handball from Cruiser.
Leads, but not a lot of space to drop a kick into. Tries one on the left. McCartan keeps it alive for himself. What can he do from the tight angle? He has a shot. Across the face and easy. This is the way of Patley. Off that cricket pitch area when it looked unlikely. Now Jones gives it plenty of airtime for Blakey. Couldn't get there on the full. Clever tap though. Here's Patley. Is this his moment? Pulls it back across the face. What can the Swans do in the goal square? Minor score.
Goddard's down as well.
Link up. Surge out of defensive 50. They get a lot of scores from here, as Brad Johnson identified earlier. They should get another one here as well. There's a man over the top in so much space. And Kieran Jack with a popular goal.
But he just couldn't hang on to him here. You could tell he chased him early. There he is at the top of the screen, but he just couldn't catch him. And that's just, as you said, just getting used to playing AFL footy. He's had a couple of big efforts, a couple of big chases of Blakey and Papley, and then well done by Kieran Jack to really stretch the defence of Carlton.
Alir getting back in front of Mackay. And able to take the intercept mark. That's 50. What's Mackay thinking? Umpire was telling him where the mark would be. Elects to play on, gives Heaney a chance. Simpson played it well enough. Bounces the way of Reed. Here's a chance for McCartan from a tight angle again, and he nearly squeezed it home.
And now we've got a throw in.
Cruiser's tap. Cripps towards goal. The Swans clocked off there, gave Cripps every chance. Floats it towards Kennedy, and they'll take a minor score. Swans have got to find something because Carlton have been overrunning teams at the end of games in recent times. Here's a chance, minor score. Yeah, about 160 metres combined for his 3 goals last week. And this one's not going to register. Gives them a chance though. Brought to ground level again. Fisher trying to get a kick to it.
Hang on.
And they're pretty confident he might have kicked it. Was it Curnow?
I don't think it's come off his knee, does it? Oh. Geez, 2 Swans players ran into each other, so... What are you seeing there, John?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
I'm seeing possibly just umpire's call on the back of...
With the field umpire, but it's going to be a minor score.